Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Thursday, July 14th, 2016. A Twitch researcher has determined that indeed, live streams help push sales of video games. Surprisingly, the ones that benefited the most were free-to-play games, and what's super interesting is that lower-level streamers have a much greater effect than top-tier streamers like Lyric or Sodapoppin'. Sony has changed what it previously stated about PSVR games, now noting that not all games will support the DualShock 4. Some games will require the PlayStation Move controllers. It's confirmed Jagex, the developer of RuneScape, has indeed been bought by a Chinese mining company. Street Fighter V has been updated, which fixes, among other things, a glitch that could give players unintended invincibility. Battleborn is having a lootpocalypse this weekend. It's an event with a dumb name, but you get an increased chance of getting a legendary item from bosses, and non-boss major enemies will drop rare and epic level items. Today, there are more release announcements than I think there have ever been before. Starting with this nifty little NES that contains 30 classic Nintendo games. It will not be running the Wii U engine, so the games will perform the same way they did on the original console. And an NES-style controller will be included and can hook up to a Wiimote to play virtual console games, also available separately. Both will be out November 11th, which makes a great holiday gift. Hasbro and EA are making a Micro Machines mobile game, a sentence that would make 10-year-old me very excited, but also very confused because mobile games didn't exist 20 years ago. Earth Defense Force 4.1 is out on PC on July 18th. No idea where the other .1 came from. Hyper Light Drifter is coming to PS4 on July 26th, and an Xbox One version is coming soon. Beastmen are coming to Total War Warhammer. Star Wars Battlefront is getting an offline mode coming July 20th. The Death Star level is out in September. The definitive edition of Killer Instinct for Xbox One contains all current DLC and will be out on September 20th. Fallout Shelter is now out on PC, but you will need to download it through the Bethesda launcher. Grow Up, the sequel to Grow Home, is out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August 16th. You can be sure that I'm going to be picking that one up. And finally, for teasers, Twitch TV has begun to implement HTML5 support, but you will need to be subscribed to Twitch Turbo in order to participate in the beta. Twitch has also made some changes regarding CSGO. Find out what next, our news cartridge. The plot thickens even further on the CSGO Gambling scandal. Twitch TV, the most popular streaming service, has now stepped in and made a statement in response to Valve's statement yesterday in regards to CSGO Gambling scandal being against Valve's terms of service. It's against Twitch's terms of service to participate in acts that actively violate other terms of service, meaning the best place to stream CSGO Gambling no longer allows streaming of CSGO Gambling. It's quite frankly amazing watching how fast this bridge is burning down, and speaking of things going all to shit, CSGO Lotto has unofficially stopped taking bets. You know what the best thing to do is when you've done nothing wrong? Completely stop that nothing wrong operation, because you've done nothing wrong! The site has been down since last weekend, with a note from July 8th stating the site would be down due to unexpected traffic on Steam during the weekend. It's bloody Thursday, hardly the fucking weekend. My advice is to withdraw any and all skins from any of these sites while you still can. Be happy with whatever skins you got and look forward to Steam credit, because that's all those skins are worth now. If you try to sell skins for real money, you might just kiss your whole account goodbye. I can't stop talking about Pokemon Go because it's everywhere. It's even gotten the attention of an Egyptian religious official saying Pokemon Go is prohibited by Islam, claiming it's akin to drinking alcohol, which is forbidden by the religion, as it negatively influences the mind and harms the player or others without being aware of that. In other words, it's bad for you, you aren't able to tell that it's bad for you, but it sure is hell bad for you, which is a crock of shit. Going on saying it leads some people to become obsessive, neglecting both worship and work. Seeing as how Pokemon Go isn't available in Egypt yet, this guy has only seen videos of the game and he's making all of his decisions based on media, not real-world experience. In other Pokemon Go news, the app has finally been released in the UK. The mayor of Brazil has asked for Pokemon Go to come to his country so people can catch Pokemon during the Olympics coming next month. Apparently, the sponsorship with McDonald's might be sponsored location for Pokestops, and if gyms, just a rumor developer, though. Niantic created a form that allows locations to opt out of being included in Pokemon Go, something I had hoped for and I think is a wonderful idea, but they have since taken down the form. Not sure why. It's not all good news today, as a 15-year-old girl was struck by a car while playing Pokemon Go after she wandered into the middle of a highway to catch a Pokemon. She is in the hospital recovering from injuries to her collarbone and foot and is in stable condition. Her mom recommends parents not let their children play the game at all, something that seems really extreme to me, and you shouldn't blame the game because of not being cautious or using better judgment. In final Pokemon Go news, a trainer went to Area 51 to play, only to find a whole lot of nothing, and then proceeded to take all of the gyms for himself. I can't say it enough, please use extra precaution while playing, always be aware of your surroundings, make sure to take plenty of water with you, and always make sure your parents know where you're playing, alright? Have fun, trainers! In the quick spot today is a bit of marketing from Ubisoft, and I gotta let you know it worked on me. Ubisoft has made a video addressing how people say the company's name. As you hear, I say Ubisoft, but some people say Ubisoft. But regardless of how you say Ubisoft's name, they don't care. Which makes sense from a marketing standpoint, because if you were to try to stop people from saying it one way or the other, they would just say the opposite of what you want them to say. Taking this stance ultimately gives them the upper hand on the matter and lets people have fun with their choice in the matter. How do you pronounce Ubisoft? Do you say it like me, or do you say Ubisoft? Let me know in the comment section down below. This last one today is a bit of a roller coaster filled with sex, anime, and crowdfunding. Alright, maybe it's not that wild and crazy, but it's still a really interesting series of events. There's this game called Breeding Season, and in short, it's a sex game that describes itself as Harvest Moon meets hentai. On Pateron, a crowdfunding site where people make monthly monetary pledges to fund works by independent creators, it was taking in over $40,000 per month, and yesterday completely vanished. Due to wording in his contract, the former art director of the game retained ownership over most of the assets of the game, and after leaving the project, revoked all those assets, and now is refusing to sell them back as he has started a new project that uses them. This is one of the shadiest things I have heard about in a long time, and even though I don't play the game, I may never get to now because development has ceased because the developers are too distraught and unwilling to work on the game. Perhaps this is the end of the story, but perhaps not. All I know is now I really want to play this game, and after a period of grief, hopefully the developers will continue to work on it. Ba-ba-da-da! Tomorrow's game releases for PC: Witchbot Megalo, Abyss Cave, Bird of Light, Adventure Lamp, Ghost Sweeper, Turner, Don't Drop the Bass, Rim World, Doodler, Torch Cave, Ranger of the Jungle, Drat Empire, and Reed. For PlayStation 4, Adrift. It's got a 1 in its name. And Arcade Archives Gradius 2. For Xbox One, MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore, Reverse Quest, and the World 2 Hunting Boss. For Nintendo 3DS, Monster Hunter Generations. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And my doctor asked me if I'm sexually active. I replied, I play Pokemon. He said, a simple no would do.